Hi, this is Harsh from NestorBird, and today we'll be talking about the offline POS, which we have developed for one of our customers. And the beauty of this is this works without internet. And before moving ahead, let me give you a brief description about my company. That we are NestorBird, and we are certified partners of Frappe. And regarding other services, we have our organic products as NestorHawk, POS, and kiosk. And as I've already mentioned, that we are certified partners of ERPNext. We are also certified partners of HubSpot, and we provide services in DevOps. Right. So without wasting any time, let's move forward and discuss about the mobile app, which I'm going to demonstrate today. First come first, the features of the app are like it is developed on Flutter, and it works without internet. And second thing, there is only one difference between this POS, this offline POS, and the one which is available out of the box in ERPNext. In regular POS, you get a POS invoice, and once you close your POS, then that all the POS invoices are converted into one single invoice, right? But in this, whenever a transaction happens, it is recorded as a sales order, and once payment has been done, then that will be recorded as sales invoice. Then that's the only basic difference in the regular POS and the offline POS, right? And I'll just quickly explain the use case on which was the use case given to us by the client. And it is the setup is based in Kenya, and the client is for Germany. In that, the entire agricultural land was mapped and divided into various hubs. And for each hub, one hub manager was allocated. Hub manager is nothing but a sales representative who is responsible for selling fertilizers and seeds to the farmers working there, right? And every hub manager this was the use case given to us. So every farmer was having every hub manager was connected with only one warehouse only. The reason for this was, I'll be explaining you once I'll explain the diagram which is on the right side. And then no cross-selling was allowed. Suppose one hub manager is connected with warehouse A, he will not be allowed to sell the items from warehouse B, because right now they don't have any internet. So to update the stock, or the hub manager will not be having any idea about the items available in warehouse in other warehouses, right? So no cross-selling was allowed. And if suppose you are connected to the hub manager is connected to warehouse A, and there is no products available, then hub manager can book the order. He can book the sales order, but the sales invoice will not be raised, and a sales order will be created in your mobile POS stating that this order is not available in your warehouse, and but the order has been booked against it, and it has to be delivered to the farmer. So all these things will be happening in the mobile POS itself. So first I'll explain the first scenario. Super admin has the access of the ERPNext, and he is allocating the warehouses and the hub manager. So suppose hub manager who is responsible for selling the fertilizers and seeds to the farmer, he has a mobile with that mobile POS installed in that, and there is no internet. So this is a hypothetical example that there is no internet, and he is on an agricultural land in a rural area in Kenya, right? So if the products are available, he will create a sales order, and once farmer does the payment, then a sales invoice will be raised based on sales order, and the product will be handed over in the same app. Product will be handed over to the farmer, and it will be updated in the app. And once he comes back to the area where internet is available, there is a sync button on the top, and once you synchronize all the data, that data will be reflecting back in the ERPNext. And in next case, like in warehouse B, and hub manager is allocated to that warehouse B, and now he is in agricultural land with the farmers, and farmer has requested for a product which is not available in the warehouse. Even in that case, the hub manager can raise a sales order, and the status will be unpaid. And if the farmer wants to do an advance payment, that advance payment can be accepted in the mobile app, and it gets updated. It gets updated, and then the status will be changed to paid, but the product is not yet handed over, to the farmer. And in the ERPNext, the status will be updated as paid but not yet delivered in the sales invoice part. So these are the two use cases which I'm going to showcase in the mobile app. By this time, if you have any questions, then please let me know. Yeah, I'll show you demo on the mobile. And for the Windows desktop, we have developed for only for mobile and not yet for Windows desktop. But if any one of you is interested and goes ahead with the further steps of contract and all, then we can definitely develop a desktop version of this mobile app. We don't face any challenges. I don't see any issues or challenges in developing the app for the desktop version as well. But till now, the requirement from the client was only to develop the mobile app. So we have developed only for the mobile. That too for Android, not for iOS, because in Kenya they conducted a survey, and they found that people are not using iOS, they are not using iPhones. So they have developed the app only for the Android version of mobile. So now allow me to great. So now allow me to show you demo of the mobile app. So this is the homepage for the app. The name of the project is Agribora. So you might find a name written over there as Agribora. It's a German Kenyan project, a German Kenyan venture for this. And my colleague Sahil from production team will be logging in and showing you the content of this app. So now I'll be creating an order. Yeah. Now you can select the this the sync button which I was explaining you before. This normally states this normally stays in the off mode, and once the hub manager comes back in the area of internet in the internet area, then he can just slide it, toggle it to the right, and the entire data will be reflected back in your ERPNext. Yeah. So we'll be going ahead with order. Also, the hub manager can check what are the products available here, and this is the product which is currently available in the warehouse, to whom to in the warehouse he's allocated to. You can see that available stock is 129 and open orders are 7. That is, uh, we have taken the order, but they are not yet handed over to the farmers. So that is the open orders, and these are the product. This is the only product available. Now I'll be creating an order for the same. Yeah. So now you can either create a new customer, or if you have already onboarded some of the customers, you can definitely select them and proceed with the order. Now you have to add the product here which is available in that warehouse. Yeah. And you can change the quantities. You can definitely edit the quantities from here. Yeah. So now if I'll save this, then only a sales order will be created, and there will be no sales invoice generated. And if I check out this, then a sales invoice will also be created, and we can hand over that product to the farmer. And right now we have the option of cash payment only, because it was the need from the client that I need to key that you need to develop only the cash payment, because it's like a basic thing, because farmers normally don't carry debit cards and credit cards with them. So only the cash payment method was kept in Kenya. Now, yeah, so this is like hand over the product to the customer and confirm. So now the invoice will be generated once you have handed over the product, and this will be handed over to the farmer, and invoice will be generated. And once I come back to the area where internet is available, the entire thing will be updated in the ERPNext. That also I'll show you, because this phone is connected to internet. So on the same instance, this has been generated. This has been reflected in the ERPNext. Before that, I'll be showing you the transaction history. So you can see we have created a sales invoice. ID is also generated, and the status is delivered. This one. This is just now we have created. This is the local time in India, 4:15 p.m. And just now we have created this transaction. The product is delivered, and status is paid. And also you can, once you click that, you can see the sales details. You can see the customer name and the products which you have sold. And available language is only English now. But if a certain requirement comes from any part of the world or from any client, then we can definitely try changing the language as well. But right now it's only English. Now I'll be sharing my desktop screen so that I can show you the same transaction has been reflected back in ERPNext. See, this is the transaction which has just happened now, 2 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, and we have completed this transaction. The invoice has been raised and the product has been delivered. And in the cases where you don't have the product but you have accepted the advance payment from the farmer, in that case it will be sorry, you have not taken the payment as well, so it will show as to deliver and bill. But in this case, we have accepted the cash from the farmer, so it shows that status is completed. And here is the description of the product which we have sold to the customer, that 3 packets of lace for Kenyan shilling 20, Kenyan shilling 60. And the invoice has been generated, and status, as you can see, is paid. And you can see the grand total as well, 60 Kenyan shillings. And you can see the payment entry to manage our accounting books. The payment entry has also been done. You can see the title, the status is submitted, the payment payment type is received, and the voucher number is here. So you can see the 3 minutes ago. This has just been created in our accounting books. This entry has just been updated. So this is how our app works. This works with internet, without internet, and the entire data is reflected back in ERPNext. So we cannot get sales. Yeah, sales invoice we can see on mobile. I'll show you. Just give me a second. I'm sharing my mobile screen again. Just give me a second. Okay, okay. My bad. Only the sales invoice number will be reflected in the mobile app, but the sales invoice will be we can only be seen in the ERPNext. We can see only the sales invoice number in the mobile app. So with that, we can correlate the sales invoice number along with sales invoice in the ERPNext. So that's it on the demo side. I'm open for all the questions and discussions, further discussions. You can please unmute yourself, or you can write in the chat box.
Hello, Arsh.
Yes, please go ahead.
Um, it's a great job, but the main idea expected is the offline web version, not offline mobile version. So now the customers have to use two devices in the same time. One of the offline version, one of web, and one of mobile app, and this will be difficult. The main idea is the same as the POS offline in Odoo. You know Odoo offline version of the
Yes,
POS.
yes, yes,
This
exactly.
is this is this is the ideal idea about the POS offline. So the customer or the agent will work only on the one device. So when the internet is cut, he can order his order, and he and thinking again when the internet comes again. This is the main idea. But the idea of the mobile app is great, but not the ideal one.
Right. To answer this, we have developed this for mobile because the need from the client was to develop for the mobile, right? So in future, if the client comes to us and says he wants to develop the desktop version as well, or any one of you, or maybe you yourself asks us to develop uh, and a desktop version of the same app, we can definitely do that. We don't see any challenges because we have already done for the mobile app based on Flutter, and we can definitely do on the we can definitely develop the desktop version as well for the same app. So the salesperson or the sales agent doesn't have to carry two devices. They can just keep their laptop along with them and work if there is no internet available. So we just we are working only as per the client's need. And if any one of you wants us to develop for the desktop version, then we can definitely go ahead and develop the desktop version as well. I don't see any challenges. I spoke to the production team as well. They don't see any challenges in developing the desktop version as well for the same app.
Okay, can you take a look of BOS profile on Odoo and BOS version on Odoo and tell us what is the availability for do that?
Sorry, Mr. R, I didn't get your question. Can you please come again?
Could you study the BOS offline BOS for Odoo and let us what is the availability possibility for do it in ERPNext?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I can study the Odoo offline POS and let you know the same how can that be developed in ERPNext as well. But I assure that the app which we have developed for Android version of mobile, that same can be developed on the desktop version of Windows and right. Any other questions, please, regarding the app or anything? Thank you, Jitendra. Thank you. And if someone has joined late, like after 4:20, like if someone has joined in last 5 minutes, then I can show a demo again if there are like 2 3 people available. I can see two guys have joined, 3 guys have joined just now, and
Hello.
yes, Mr. Matthew, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I asked one question, that is, how we can get the app to try it out. I think you have mentioned.
Yes, that I have to take permission from my senior if I can get you the access of the app.
Okay,
Uh,
no issue.
maybe we can go on a team viewing thing, and you can try out the entire app on our system, and
Oh,
I
okay.
think that will work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we can connect offline. Yeah. Thank you.
That is great. Yeah. So I'll take permission from my seniors and get back to you regarding this access to the app.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, sure, Mr. Ala Badri, we can discuss for the same for developing the web version. But it will be great if we can get into a contract, or we can get into the further discussions, so we can exactly develop as per your needs. Suppose I develop an app, a desktop version of the same thing, and it is not as per your use case, then there will be wastage of resources. There will be no use of wasting my developers time and my money. So if you can provide us the specific use cases and we can get into a contract thing, then we can definitely develop the desktop version, the web version of the same app.
Okay, no problem. But if any partner is interested in this type of offline BOS I need, we can contribute to do that. I think we have many partners here. If anyone interested in this type of BOS, web offline BOS, we can contribute to develop that with you.
Yeah, definitely. Even I feel there are a lot of opportunities available. People are looking for web version, the desktop version of this offline POS. So we can definitely get into a joint venture or into a contract kind of thing to develop the desktop version, so that we can restrict our resources to develop specific use cases, right? Because developing a general use case and spending a lot of money is not feasible for us. This mobile app we have developed because we got the right use case, we got the instructions from the client, what all things are needed and what all things are not needed. As you can see, there is no cross selling allowed in between the warehouses, right? So we have developed this around the needs of the client. So
Okay, no problem. Can you suggest a voting of this on Therapy Partner group? So if someone else interested in this case, we can start the study and the contract with them.
Mr. Badri, your voice dropped in between. Can you please come again? I beg pardon, please.
I suggest making vote on the partner group about
Uh-huh.
this type of application, web offline, so we can get someone again interested in this case, so we can contribute to this.
This sounds good for me. This sounds good for me. Because you all are into this IT, and blocking 1 or 2 developers for a month, that will definitely cost me. So if we can contribute to the develop, that will be great.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for the presentation and your efforts.
Thank you, Mr. Alawadi. Thank you. Any more questions on this? You can type in the chat box, or if you want to see the demo again, then please type in the chat box and let me know if you want to see it again. Thank you, Ashwini. Thank you, Ashwini Singh. So I think there are no more questions, and I think everyone has seen the demo as well, because I'm not getting any feedback on demonstrating the product again. And yeah, you can contact NestorBird anytime on our email IDs or on our phone number, and I'll just provide it here. And you can get your queries sorted, or if you want the product, you can definitely contact us, and we will be happy to serve you. And if you want us to develop the desktop version, then also we are happy to support you and develop it for you. I'm just providing my email ID and phone number in the chat box. So I've posted my email ID and contact number in the chat box. So all right, I think it's good to close the meeting, because I'm not getting any questions on the chat box. So I'm thanking you all, Mr. Alabadri, Mr. Meena, Mr. Matthew, Mr. Venkatesh, Mr. Philip. I thank you all for being the part of this presentation, and thank you. Chalo.